Hi, I'm Scott Humphrey, CEO of the World Floor Covering Association, and this is Leadership Live. Thanks for joining me again as we go through what I'm calling in 2022 Leadership by the Letter. We're taking the letters of the alphabet and applying principles to them that you then apply to your life and to your leadership to make you a better leader in 2022 and beyond. A better leader as a person, not simply a better leader in your profession. So far we've kept the words pretty positive. We've talked about action, attitude, accountability. Last week we talked about belief. But this week I want to give you a cautionary word. And that word is beware. Beware means to be cautious and alert to the dangers of something or someone. So you've all seen signs that say beware of dog, which means you might not want to go there. And you might have heard the quote, beware of Greeks bearing gifts, which is a reference to the Trojan horse. And it simply means that sometimes someone will give you something, but that's not a free gift. There's something attached to it that could be detrimental to you. I want to give you 3 things to be aware of as a leader. And the first is to beware of settling. Now, settling simply means that sometimes we get to a plateau. We've accomplished something. We strove for this for a long time, and once we got there, we just want to sit. I am all for celebrating your wins, not alone because you didn't get there alone, but with your team. Celebrate those wins, but then you've got to rechart your course. Sometimes we get satisfied where we are, and satisfaction over a long period of time is simply settling. I heard the story recently of a little boy whose mom puts him to bed. She goes back downstairs, and about 30 minutes later, she hears a loud thud. She runs back upstairs, and sure enough, he has fallen out of the bed. He's kind of dazed. She picks him back up, puts him back in the bed, tucks him in again. And she says, "Baby, what happened?" He said, "Well, Mom, I was thinking about it, and I think I stayed too close to where I got in." Sometimes we as leaders are very comfortable when we reach that plateau, and we want to hang out there. We want the world to adapt to us. But the reality is, if we don't change, the world around us continues to change. Settling simply means before long, we're going backwards. The second thing to beware of is beware of your compass. Your compass. What direction are you going? What is your true north? Are you heading in the right direction? Because it's possible to believe you are and not be. Just ask Roy Regal. In 1929, the gentleman now known as Wrong Way Regal recovered a fumble. He played for the California Golden Bears, and they were playing Georgia Tech. And he picks up that fumble and is convinced that he is heading in the right direction, when in reality, he's headed for his own end zone. He's tackled by one of his own players, thankfully, before he reaches his end zone. But the ensuing safety that Georgia Tech gets turns out to be the winning margin in the game. And Roy Regal is forever known as Wrong Way Regal. It is possible to believe you're headed in the right direction and not be. And that's why a word we talked about a couple of weeks ago, accountability, is so important, because having someone around you who can be your checkup to make sure you're heading in the right direction, that your actions and attitude are in line with where you want to go, is vitally important. Finally, beware of your ego. Listen, a healthy dose of ego is important in a leader. You've got to believe in yourself sometimes when no one else will. But an ego that's out of check makes you difficult to follow. It can be quite dangerous to you as an individual. You may know the name Harry Truman, but I'm not talking about the president. I'm talking about Randall Truman, who in 1980 was warned time and time again to evacuate his lodge on Mount St. Helens. But he refused to. He had survived his ship being hit in World War I by a German sub, and he thought, well, this isn't going to take me either. He's 83 years old. His lodge is on Spirit Lake, but there is no lodge anymore. There is no Spirit Lake. And we've never found the body of Harry Randall Truman. Why? Because it's buried under 150 feet of mud. Your ego can be a very dangerous thing. Sometimes what's happening around you is a warning. Sometimes the voice of someone you don't even like is helping to put you on the right road, in the right direction. Story is told of 2 battleships that are out one night, and it's very foggy. They're doing some battle simulations. They get separated, and because it's in the fog, the captain stays up on one ship, and they see a light off in the distance, and tells the signal man to let that gentleman know on the other ship that he needs to change his course 20 degrees to the south. Please change your course 20 degrees to the south. And the reply comes back. Please change your course to 20 degrees to the north. Well, that kind of fires up the captain. He says, let him know that we're a battleship. This is a battleship. I demand that you change your course 20 degrees to the south. The reply comes back. Please change your course 20 degrees to the north. He's really fired up now. He says, let him know it's the captain speaking, that this is the captain. This is the captain speaking. We are a battleship. If you don't change your course 20 degrees to the south, we're going to blow you out of the water. The reply comes back. This is a lighthouse. Please change your course 20 degrees to the north. You ain't going to move that lighthouse. When your ego gets in the way, sometimes you'll run up against something you can't move, or you'll waste a lot of energy fighting a battle that doesn't need to be fought. So I want to challenge you this week. Beware of settling, beware of your compass, and beware of your ego. Having a knowledge of what can be a stumbling block to you is just as powerful as using the right attributes. Beware. Then go out there and lead.